Now, a former national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Kawu Baraje, says that irrespective of the zone that eventually produces the next national chairman of the opposition party, the North Central Zone will still contest for the 2023 presidential ticket of the People's Democratic Party. Well, we are now being joined by Mr. Baraje himself to look at the forthcoming National Convention of the People's Democratic Party, the ongoing scheming for party positions and the presidential ticket of the party, and which zones should produce the chairman of the party. I want to say welcome, Mr. Baraje, to Newsday. Now to kick things off today,
thank you very much.
Yes, to kick things off today, let's get it started with a news that is still fresh and a developing story concerning the electronic transmission of voting. We know that the People's Democratic Party have voiced their opinion concerning how they feel about the electronic transmission of voting and, more importantly, the direct primaries. What is your take about this? Because we had Ike Ekweremadu yesterday here on the show, and he said he was in support of direct primaries, even though the People's Democratic Party are against it. For you, do you think direct primaries is the best for parties here in Nigeria?
Thank you very much. Personally, I support my party that says that the direct primary is not the vogue. The direct primary, as a means of selecting a candidate in this part of the country, is to me is obsolete, and it's not something that we should continue to. We should begin to advance our system, not to go back. We should be seen to be fast. To be moving forward, not to be moving backward. The direct primary is a way of moving forward. Well, what you could liken it to is what we had when we had option A4. You could understand the confusion that happened during option A4. And then secondly, the direct primary is a way of, to me, is another way of preparing ground for rigging elections. There are some videos that are traveling in the media where people line up and some FIFA supervisor, election supervisor, or whatever they come themselves, who are trying to count 1, 2, 3, 4. And what you have in some of this video is a very wonderful way of counting. Like you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, 21, 23, 24, 50. That's the kind of thing you have in direct primaries. And it's like I said, is the beginning of causing confusion in elections, is the beginning of rigging elections. I will therefore strongly support the position of my party. And personally, if you ask me, I do not recommend direct primaries. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Baraje, thank you for that one. I wanted to piggyback off of my colleague's question earlier about the new situation that has come to light with the transmission of results, and your opinion on that.
My opinion is not different from what has been the cravings and the yearnings of the public, the electorate. And that is electronic transmission. Nigeria is ready for it. We are ready for it. Our electorate is ready for it. And it's one of the cleanest way of introducing checks and balances into any corrupt system of election. We have been saying that we need an election process that is transparent, that is corruption-free, an election that is credible, that anybody can stand and speak for. Electronic transmission is one of the major factors that we can use to eliminate corruption, to eliminate fraud, and to eliminate double standards in our elections. So I strongly recommend that we go for electronic transmission. And I don't know why people should be afraid of it. If we mean well for our country, if we mean well for our electoral processes, if we mean well that we want to deliver clean, clear, and credible elections, we should not be afraid of electronic transmission. It is very simple. It is very straightforward. Even the local man on the street, who happens the majority of the electorate, wants electronic transmission. In other words, you are finishing from the polling booth and you are announcing the result from there, and it's being transmitted to the headquarters of INEC. Why are we afraid of that? Why is it an issue? It shouldn't be an issue. It's not something that is contestable if actually we mean well for electoral system. And I was so surprised, disappointed that matter for our, legislative arm of government to make it an issue. It shouldn't be an issue. It's something that should go straight if they actually mean well. Well, maybe it is a case of he who dictates he who something dictates the tunes. You understand? He who is the piper dictates the tunes. What I mean by that, our legislative arm of government in the Ninth Assembly, with due respect to them, to me, they have not been meeting up to the expectations of the people, particularly those of us outside the realm of affairs there. Maybe this is one of the issues too, that they are using, in quote, to say they are cooperating with the executives.
All right,
so, to me, if you ask me again, electorate,
Okay, I think we've gotten your opinion about the transmission of results. Or you wanted to still put in something before I ask my next question, sir?
No, it's okay. I'm okay. I think you have gotten my message, and I hope I've been able to speak to the public my opinion.
All right, now, you've been quoted saying that the North Central should still vie for the highest office in the land, regardless of what the party says should be the modus or probably the style in terms of who becomes the chairman and also who becomes the presidential candidate. Wouldn't this cause internal rifts and internal wranglings within the party if a major party chieftain like yourself is coming out to say something different from what the party and the NEC will be saying?
No. I'm sorry. Let me correct you. Okay. I'm not saying anything different from what my party is saying. In the last NEC meeting, all right, we look at the situation on ground. When the zoning committee of my party, of which I am a member, met and adopted and recommended a swap of the positions that were in the north to go to the south, and those that were in the south to go to the north. And the NEC approved that recommendation, all right? And questions were raised at the NEC meeting that if that happened, then what about the position of the party when it comes to the presidential election? Who will carry the flag of the party's flag bearer, one word. And then it was concluded, after much discussions, it was concluded, and the party came out frankly to tell the press. That is where I'm saying what I'm saying, that it's not my statement, it's the statement of my party, that regardless of wherever the chairmanship position, whichever region, whichever zone in Nigeria, the chairman happened to emerge, it does not preclude the participation of any member of party, regardless of where that person comes from. As long as that person goes through the processes and he will happen to be elected, even if he happens to come from the same zone from where the chairmanship of the party comes from, it does not preclude that person from contesting. So that's what my party says. So I'm re-echoing what my party's position is by saying that, okay, fine, if the chairmanship position comes from North Central, it does not stop anybody from North Central or any candidate from North Central from vying for the position of the presidency, in line with the conclusion of the NEC of my party, in line with the position of my party, in line with the belief and agreement of my party. So I am quoting, I am acting, I am speaking in support of the position of my party, of which all of us agree to. So if what I noticed, why I made that position clear, was that there are a lot of pressure that North Central should produce the next chairman of the party. So I quickly I'm quickly reminding all members, particularly those of us who happen to fall within the rank and files and within the leadership position, and that we should remember that the stand of the party is that even if the chairmanship position happens to be zoned to North Central, and we happen to come up with a North Central person, finally in the coming convention, it does not stop anybody from North Central from contesting the position of presidency.
Oh, but Mr. Baraje,
going or vying for the ticket of the party. Yes.
Mr. Baraje, those from the South,
Yes,
those from the South will beg to differ, because at the moment there are a lot of clamor that the next party flag bearer should come from the South, either from the Southeast or from the Southwest. And that is why probably the NEC...
Whoever is clamoring has a right to clamor.
Okay?
Yeah, whoever is clamoring has a right to clamor. They are Nigerians. They have a right to their own personal opinions. But I'm telling you the position of my party. I am telling you the position of my party. All right? And if any of our leaders go into a meeting with any other party, that leader should be mindful of the position of this party. And that's what I'm just saying. So, you see, because you can go into a meeting, you can form an alliance, you can be in any meeting with anybody, but you must be mindful of the position of your party. That is what I'm saying. And any Nigeria who is a member of PDP must also be aware and realize and put at the back of their mind the position of my party. That whoever or whichever zone produces the chairman of the party does not preclude any member from that zone to participate or vying for the ticket of the presidential ticket of my party in the nearest future. That is the position of my party, gentlemen.
And lady.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Baraje. I want to ask you which zone you think has the strongest candidate to challenge the APC as it sits right now?
Every zone, including South and North, every zone in Nigeria. But the position is zoned to the North. Are you referring to any zone in the North?
So we are trying to cast the net very wide, because certainly as a chieftain in the party, I'm sure you must have seen some candidates that you must have narrowed down some candidates that you feel that this candidate has what it takes to probably unseat the All Progressive Congress right now when we come into the 2023 general elections.
I must let you know that out of all the candidates that are vying, all of them are qualified. All of them has gotten what it takes. All of them has gotten the capacity. All of them can represent the party very, very effectively. Are you talking of Ibrahim Shema, former governor of Katsina State from Northwest? Are you talking of Governor McCarthy, the former governor of Kaduna State? Are you talking of Professor Ayu from North Central, from Benue State, who was a former minister, a former senator, a former chairman of the party too? No, I'm not saying, not chairman, was a founding member of the party. Then, are you talking of Professor Jerry Gana, who is also a member of the party, who is also vying? So all of them are really qualified. All the people that are trying. Or are you talking of Idris Ibrahim of Kogi State, a former governor as well? They are eminently qualified. So they can emerge, the chairman can emerge from any zone.
Mr. Baraje,
but what I'm saying is that yes,
Mr. Baraje, yes. You've just all these candidates you've mentioned, potential candidates you've mentioned, are all from the North. Talking about presidential candidate from the South. Who are those that are strong contenders?
Okay, you are talking about presidential candidates,
yes,
right?
Yes, very. That's what I'm hammering on.
Oh, okay. I thought you are still referring to the candidature of the chairmanship. I never knew. Sorry about that. I haven't gotten anybody yet that has come out. That has come out openly. It hasn't reached that time. We have not gotten anybody that has come out openly to say they are vying for the ticket. But what we are saying is that the chairman, normally before now, hitherto, if the chairman comes from the north, or the northern part of the country, for example, what we believe, or what was the tradition, that it means that the presidential candidate of our party, it will not come from the north. That has been the tradition. I think you understand. It's not in the constitution of our party, and if it is, it's not very well emphasized. In any case, the issue now or situation now call for that tradition to be questioned. And when it was questioned, it was agreed that unlike what's happening, unlike the tradition of the party, wherever the chairmanship comes from now, does not, exclude people from that zone from contesting. So it becomes apparent that there's now a change in tradition, and that has to be emphatically put forward to the members and to the leaders. So that's what happened. So I don't think anybody has come out vividly, except you want to tell me some people have come out, and then we can discuss, talk about them.
No, sir. All right, Mr. Baraje, we want to talk, still speaking on the presidency. I'm wondering what your position on zoning is.
How do you mean? Position on zoning, the ticket of presidency?
Yes, sir.
Zoning, let me tell you, zoning is a culture of my party, PDP. And it has been working for us. And anybody who is not practicing zoning is only copying PDP. And so, we are not running away from zoning. I believe in zoning, and my party believes in zoning. And because it is in the spirit of give and take, it is in the spirit of inclusiveness, it is the spirit of carrying everybody along. So that is the essence of zoning. And I am very much in compliance or in agreement with zoning. Because every part of Nigeria, look at all the zones. There is no zone that is not capable of producing eminent politicians, eminent personalities, eminent Nigerians that can lead Nigeria very, very successfully, very effectively, more than what we have now.
All right, but if you say that, it's almost contradictory when you say that zoning is one of the main fabrics of the People's Democratic Party. Then people from the North Central, Northwest, or the North generally shouldn't be looking at vying or picking up a ticket for the presidency under the PDP, understanding that the South are saying that they are the ones that should be given the opportunity to run on the platform of the PDP.
I don't think anybody in the South is saying that. I'm not sure anybody is saying, because you are all witnesses how we conduct our conventions. We do not stop anybody. PDP does not say we stop anybody. Even in the last convention we had, PDP did not stop anybody. We went openly and we went to the convention. And you saw the people, you saw how we conducted the convention in Port Harcourt. It was clear, and in the face of the world press was there, and everybody was there, and the convention went very smoothly and democratically. So, PDP does not, stop anybody from any zone from contesting. And when it comes to the issue of any zone or anybody or any group of people clamoring, like the North Central is clamoring now, under normal circumstances, is that it means that we want a concession. It means that that zone wants a concession, want more recognition. Not that they are saying that they are not recognized. You understand? For example, from data, from logic, it is right for any zone to say, okay, I am feeling marginalized because I have not having the opportunity my zone has not been given the opportunity to participate or to run on behalf of this party as a presidential candidate. They have a right to say that, but they do not have a right to say that they have been excluded in the past. No, not exclusion. But because certain variables does not favor us, that's why we are crying out.
All right. Former national chairman of the PDP, Kawu Baraje, thank you so much for having this discussion with us this afternoon.